This is the Reviewing Network Live, a weekly stream of consciousness recording session where I sit back with you folks out there, talk about some of the big news stories from the past week, and some other things I found that might be of amusement to you out there. I think you might get a kick out of it. Now, these are more like audio podcasts and are much longer than my usual videos and are also, for the most part, unedited and will contain some foul language. So, if you're easily offended by that, I advise you to maybe step back a bit, maybe go somewhere else. But hey, if you're up to the challenge, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Thanks. And for the 24th time ever, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Reviewing Network Live. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. We're just a couple of hours away from the time of recording this to watching the big game and doing the rewatch. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this once we get done with this particular segment here, because we can run through this pretty quickly. I've already done the disclaimer, so you know what the show is about. So let's just go ahead, get right to it, and let's begin the conversation by taking a look at the weekend box office, which is... You thought last week was bad, this week is worse. This is not a good week for movies. There was some good movies out there, but nobody went to go see it, as we're going to see in just a little bit. So, just run through these pretty quickly, because I've pretty much covered most of the 3 through 5 already. So here's the top 5 for this week. Number 5, Wonka, $3.21 million, dropping 33% from last week. Crossed the $200 million mark, $205.2 million domestically. After 9 weeks, it has grossed over $587 million worldwide. Big hit for Warner Brothers. Last week's number 2 movie, The Chosen, Season 4, Episodes 1 through 3, dropped 47% from last week. $3.1 million to $12.5 million in 2 weeks. The Beekeeper, number 3 this week, dropped... actually stayed in number 3, $3.5 million, dropping only 34% from last week. $54.7 million domestically. After 5 weeks, the movie has brought in $133.9 million worldwide, so it's one of Jason Statham's biggest hits, and it was a fun movie in general, just like the number 2 movie, which nobody went to go see. The only new release this weekend, and that was Lisa Frankenstein, which opened at number 2, it had a good, healthy 3,144 theaters. However, $3.8 million. First of all, this movie probably should not have been released in 3,000 theaters. Like, this is the type of movie that opens... You should have opened it maybe limitedly, and then you open it up in not even over 3,000 theaters. You open it in about maybe 2,000 or so. Like, not 3,000, and... Granted, it's got a budget of $13 million, so it's not a massive failure, but $3.8 million is not something to be really happy about, even if you open up at number 2. It's a shame, because the movie actually is really good. I just did a review for it over on the other channel, so if you want to go check that out, I'll have a link to it in the corner or in the description below. But the movie really is good. It's this fun satirical homage to, like, the classic horror comedies of the 1980s. I mean, the poster is very much reminiscent of Wicked Stepmother, of all things, but, like, you could tell that Diablo Cody and Zelda Williams had an idea of what they wanted to do. They wanted to make a classic 80s-style horror comedy in a modern setting, and it works very well here. Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse, I think, are very good in the film. The film has this nice visual look to it. It's a very funny movie. It's going to be a cult follow. It's going to have a cult following in the years to come. It's definitely a film that I think will have a massive following, kind of like Cobley's other movie, Jennifer's Body, which supposedly takes place in the same fictional universe as that. So there's that too. If we ever want to get that Jennifer's Body, at least a Frankenstein crossover, I don't know why we would, but I'd take it. But these are just some of the things I said in my review, though. I'm saying right here, but I kind of wish it did more. I kind of was hoping maybe it'd be the number 1 movie, because it'd certainly be a better movie than the real number 1 movie, but unfortunately, life doesn't give you happy endings. That's as in the case of the number 1 movie, Argylle, arguably the front runner for the worst movie of 2024, and we're not even 6 weeks in. That's how bad this movie is. It didn't have a massive hold up though. Like, it dropped 63% from last week, $6.5 million. $28.8 million after 2 weeks. Worldwide, it's brought in $60 million, which is good if you don't count the fact that this thing cost $200 million to make. And just, it's a bad movie. It's a really, really bad film on so many levels, and it stuck around because literally there's nothing else of noteworthiness that came out this week. Nothing. And I mean nothing. Except for at least a Frankenstein, but unfortunately there was not a big push for marketing either. The first commercial I even saw for this movie was during a feud, Capote versus the Swan. That was only 3 days ago. They didn't even bother to promote this movie. I don't know why. You put it in 3,000 theaters. You have to get people to see. You have to get some people to see this movie by promoting it, and you're not doing anything about it. And that's the worst part about it, because Universal's been doing that a lot lately with their movies. Of course, the big one is Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken from last summer, which had no promotion behind it. Everyone was like, "How could this movie fail?" Well, it failed because you didn't show anybody any commercials, letting them know that it was coming, and like, it just didn't. It makes no sense. I don't know what's going on at Universal, but yeah, they'll promote the hell out of Argyle, heaven forbid, but not Lisa Frankenstein, not a movie that they put in 3,000 theaters. I don't know. It's just not a good time for it's just not a good time for the box office right now. But hey, the good news is they're starting to put the stuff out that they believe in. Whether or not that's actually going to be a good movie is hard to say, because next week we've got Madam Web, which is the not Spider-Man spinoff, even though it's technically a Spider-Man movie set in this cinematic universe they've been trying to create, which, yeah, it makes no sense at all. And judging from what I've earlier word of mouth, it doesn't sound so good. But neither does Bob Marley One Love, which I think was dead on arrival as soon as they put the PG-13 rating on it. And you know how musical biopics go with PG-13 ratings. You know, they don't want to tell a story. They want to be safe and marketable, so we can bring the families in here, and the kiddies can come in too. Because, you know, my 8-year-old needs to know about who Bob Marley is, and I don't have an 8-year-old, but you get the idea what I'm talking about here. I don't think that movie's going to end up doing what it's supposed to be doing and tell his story, tell the story without playing it safe and playing up only to appease the crowd-pleasing audiences. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, who knows? It could be good, but I sincerely doubt it. But we'll see. It comes out next weekend, so like I said, we run through the box office pretty quickly here. So we're about a couple of hours away from the Super Bowl actually kicking off at the time of recording this. So what exactly am I going to do for this rewatch? Well, obviously I'm not going to be able to play the clips for the game because I can easily get copyright strike for that. But we'll play through. I'll try to keep the volume down to the point where it won't affect the video in general, and most of all, it will affect me watching the Super Bowl, so I can watch the commercials, give you kind of a rundown of what's happened in the game, talk about the commercials that are on TV, share my thoughts on some of the trailers that will come out. I'm supposed to be getting some pretty good trailers tonight. Supposedly Deadpool's coming out with a trailer. What's another one? Despicable Me 4. I already saw the trailer for that one, which it's actually a funny commercial, but a lot of other commercials coming out today, so we will definitely do that. But I'll try to deal with the volume situation here, so I don't get a copyright strike or in any way, shape, or form. But the next time you'll hear from me, we're going to be heading right into the thick of the Super Bowl. So let's get to it. Are you ready for some football out there? Because I certainly am. Not really. I mean, if we're being honest with you, being honest here, I'm not quite as bitter as I was 2 weeks ago when everyone was saying, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who is going to be the Chiefs? Is going to be 49ers? I wish the stadium would blow up. That was my first thought when I thought that, because this is not going to be an interesting Super Bowl in any way, shape, or form, because I'm telling you who I'm picking right now. I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs. I've said it before in another video that I did on this channel, but yeah, that's my pick right there. Like, I don't trust Brock Purdy. He's the weak link of that 49ers team, and I don't think he's going to help him get to that promised land. This is Kansas City Super Bowl to lose, I think. So now let's get to the game, and I will see you guys in just a little bit, which will be in a couple seconds for you out there. Already off to a wonderful start. San Francisco had it going down the field, and McCaffrey just fumbled the football. And now it's Kansas City football as we start the game off. No score, 12:15 to go. On to some commercials. Ooh, this is wicked. Cynthia Erivo is the Wicked Witch. Ariana Grande's in this. I mean, it looks pretty good. This is of course the musical version of The Wizard of Oz. Wicked, of course, Christian Chenoweth, Idina Menzel. Now it's going to be in movie form. I think it's a two-parter too. Just saw Jeff Goldblum. Look like Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, it looks good. Thanksgiving. And now we got Dan Marino. I guess this is the M&M commercial. Terrell Owens, Bruce Smith, almost champions. I just noticed that. Oh, and Scarlett Johansson too. That's a good one. That's a good M&M commercial. It's a hard knock life for us. This is my favorite version of this song. It always reminds me of that YouTube video online. It's a commercial by Dub, by the way. It reminds me of that YouTube commercial where they play this song over the clips of people injuring themselves, and the music ties in together so well. It's well done. If you haven't seen it, definitely look for it. You should be able to find it with A Hard Knock Life. I guess it's CBS promoting Ghost, so why not have them watch Ghost? Why not? A great movie, but hey, good marketing right there. I like Ghost. I'm looking forward to seeing that come back this week, along with young Sheldon. It looks like they're going to head back to the game, so I will see you at the next break. And just like that, the Chiefs do nothing. Quick 3 and outs, and we're still scoreless. We've got a trailer for the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes playing right now, and again, it looks really cool. Wes Ball coming in here after working on the Maze Runner series. Now we got Vince Vaughn talking about BetMGM. So he just said on there a new trailer drop right now for Planet of the Apes, and it just did, so that's another one I'm going to have to look at here. This is going to be hard doing this. I'm trying to do this during the commercials, and then I have to do the trailer reactions for the for the channel here. So just expect, like I said, expect a ton of videos tonight because it's going to be packed. And now we've got people doing stuff with feet. Got the cleaning them, dropping water on them. I don't know what this is, but I know this is all dead air, but I just don't really know what to say right now. I don't know what a commercial this is for, but certainly there are some political elements to this too, so not even political elements, but like topical elements. Jesus didn't teach hate. So this is He Gets Us. Yep, He Gets Us. I kind of figured that was what they were going for. So yeah, not really much more to talk about with that one, but I'll see you at the next break. Halfway through the first, no score yet. Get ready for our next set of commercials here. Aubrey Plaza from Mountain Dew. I like Aubrey Plaza. I don't think she's really done a whole lot as of late. Oh, Nick Offerman too. Obviously. I like her deadpan style of comedy too. I really appreciate that. Next up is Lindor Chocolates. These guys have just got mullets now. Kawasaki, I guess this is for the commercial for. The bald eagle now with a mullet. I guess every time they drive by, no matter who you are, you're getting a mullet. Stone Cold. The dog. It's an amusing commercial. About as simple as you can get. But now we got Ken Jeong for Popeyes. You know, last year was the first time I ever had Popeyes chicken. Like it was like, it's all right. Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to eat more of it. But like last year was my first time ever eating Popeyes. We got aliens now for this next one. Oh, it's Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum again for Brad Bellflower. Who is he? What commercial is this for? Now I can't remember. Apartments.com. That's what it is. All right. See you at the next break. This is not a good Super Bowl so far. Nobody is really doing anything. There's no scoring going on right now. The commercials have not been too good either, except for the trailers, of course. But still early on, about less than 4 minutes left to go. No score. We got Chris Pratt and Pringles. This is actually a pretty clever idea, having Chris Pratt as Mr. Pringles guy, of course, because now he's Mario, he's Garfield, he's everybody. That's probably the best commercial that I've seen so far. So now this is Michelob Ultra. I guess this guy's a famous soccer player. I don't know. I don't keep up with soccer, so I have no idea who it is. I know who Jason Sudeikis is, and that's just popped up on the screen. Yeah, Dan Marino again. Oh, Messi. I don't know soccer too much. I only know David Beckham and Messi too. So I don't know most of the players on there. Like I said, I don't keep up with it. Got a commercial for Temu. Which, yeah, the prices may be good on there, but you got to be careful with some of the stuff you buy on Temu. I've bought some stuff. I bought some stuff on there. My family's bought stuff on there. Not often, but sometimes they don't give you the best. Is like when you get the product, it's not as what you think it is, pretty much. But like I said, it's been a while since I've used Temu. Hi, Michael Cera. It's a commercial for CeraVe. Yeah, you can put a beard on all you want to, buddy. You're still that kid from Arrested Development. You're still Scott Pilgrim. Like, it's hard for me to buy Michael Cera as an adult. Even with the beard. The beard and the mustache too. All right, end of the commercials. See you at the next break. All right, end of the first quarter. No score, but San Francisco is driving into Kansas City territory with third down coming up as we get to the start of the second quarter. Not been an eventful Super Bowl so far, I'm not going to lie. Kind of thought somebody would score at least one touchdown. But still early, so we'll see what happens. Back to the commercials. We've got Starry with Ice Spice. And two animated characters. It's not really a good commercial, despite the promise. Oh, Christopher Walken. It's the real deal, you see. I'm not gonna lie. If Christopher Walken was right in front of me, I'd be doing the same thing too. I mean, I don't think my Christopher Walken is that bad of an impression, but I'd probably get on his nerves just as much as the other people would. Yeah. Sure. Now, this is Schwarzenegger for State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Yeah, that's how he talks. Neighbor. Neighbor. Danny DeVito! Twins reunion finally! I'd rather see that. You know what? That's probably better than any twin sequel that they'd be working on right now. Anyway, we're heading into the second quarter, so I'll see you at the break. Jake Moody just made the longest field goal in Super Bowl history after missing two big ones the previous 2 weeks. We are in trouble. Is this a commercial for nerds with What a Feeling from Flashdance? Oh my god. That was a really bizarre one, but I'll take it. Oh, that's right. We're making a Twister sequel. I forgot. I never liked the original Twister, so yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to this one. Yeah, not looking forward to it. But hey, Tina Fey's up now. That's a good one. Tina Fey, Jane Krakowski, Jack McBrayer, Glenn Close. Homes.com now with I think that's Dan Levy and Heidi Gardner. I don't think that's Annie Murphy. Yeah, this isn't really doing it for me. Like I said, a lot of these commercials aren't really impressing me so far. Okay, that's good. They just helicoptered in a and Jeff Goldblum again. They just helicoptered in a big bottle of champagne, and the cork just went through the building. Okay, you had me the first half, and then and then you won me back in the second half. Oh, they got the Nickelodeon thing going on right now. The they're just cutting to it on the main game. But I'll get to that one at some point. But back to the game. Well, just like with the 49ers beforehand, Chiefs got in the red zone, fumbled the football, and 49ers get the ball back, up 3-0. I don't even know what commercial's going on right now because I'm just like, really? It's a T-Mobile commercial with Bradley Cooper, his mother, and of course we have people from Suits in this. Jennifer Hudson. It's Common. Oh, and Laura Dern. I don't know what the point of this commercial is. Like, what are they trying to audition for? JD and Turk. Coors Light, the train, the chill train. That's coming out of your paycheck, buddy. There's the song. And apparently LL Cool J's driving the train. I guess he needed something to do after NCIS Los Angeles got canceled. And it looks like it's going to be a quick commercial break, I think, unless there's another commercial after this. Nope, back to the game. Nope, scratch that. They got they showed the FanDuel commercial from earlier. You know, that thing where Rob Gronkowski was so going to make this kick when everybody knew he wasn't going to do it again. And they got Carl Weathers in there, too. It's just like, it's like they're saying he died because he missed that kick. Like, was that really the point of that whole commercial? I don't know. But I don't know. I just feel like that's weird placement right there. Like, it shows him watching the commercial, but how can he do that if he's dead? It's just like, it's like that commercial. It's like he was watching TV and saw Rob Gronkowski miss that kick. It's just like, well, my job is done here. Like, I don't know. But now we're heading back into the game. Well, the good news: Kansas City didn't let that last drive go for a touchdown or any score, but. Still 3-0. I don't know, man. Like, and yet another the same commercial for Temu again. But yeah. So basically, nothing really happened on that last drive. Nothing really has been going on for the most part, except for that Moody field goal. It's been kind of a slow game, honestly, and I don't know. I kind of expected more points. I think we're all expecting more points with the two teams there, but just trying to kill some time until this commercial's over. There we go. And now we got a commercial for Oreos. Twist on it. Kris Jenner. Yeah, that's why the Kardashians are on TV. That's why the Kardashians are on TV, because let's twist off the Oreo cookie. Yeah. E-Trade. E-Trade with the babies. I was going to say, why would you be excited about being babies in a game of tennis? Okay, McKinnon. Oh, I thought it was a commercial for Meow Mix. It's Hellmann's mayonnaise. Pete Davidson. Mayo Cat dumps Davidson. Now we got a Paramount Plus commercial for Halo. I haven't checked out the new season yet. I thought the first season was pretty good. visually, story-wise, not so much. But I'm hearing a lot of good things about the second season. I think it just came out this week, so at some point I'm going to have to check it out. But those look pretty cool. And now back to the game. Well, that was certainly an eventful stretch of time that we had there. Dre Greenlaw got injured on a play where he didn't even make a football play. He just basically pulled a Bill Gramatica or Stephen Tulloch. He just basically ran onto the field, and his ACL apparently got torn. But nothing there, no score, 3-0 still, San Francisco. And now we got a Reese's commercial. See, that commercial I think should be funnier, but I don't know. I wasn't really getting a good little laughs on that. Now we've got a commercial for extraterrestrials, UFOs. Aliens are just like, why don't you notice we're here? Because everyone's looking at their goddamn phones and social media. Oh, hi, Martin Scorsese. So the aliens had to create a website with Squarespace in order to get their attention. Again, something that should be funny, but it's just not really getting a whole lot of laughs from me. But you know what is funny? Bass Tracker. Bait and Tackle Pro Shops. Bass Pro Shops. Not really, but that's the next commercial we got here. Now we've got the draft speechwriter from Martin Luther King Jr. Trying to remember who's the other person that was doing these commercials. I've seen this company before too. They've done like these little commercials without much on the screen, but stand up to Jewish hate. Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism. And then followed up with a Knuckles trailer. Why not? Everything they do, everything they've done this postseason has worked. I don't know, I don't get why. If it was any other team, that move would not have worked, but Juwan Jennings on a good play to Christian McCaffrey to the touchdown. 10-0 San Francisco with less than 5 minutes to go in the second. As we got a Dunkin' Donuts commercial now. Even Jay was looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? It's Ben Affleck is in this weird looking getup with Tom Brady too, and Matt Damon too. Two-time Academy Award winner, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Affleck. I love their whole idea of that, like, we didn't want to do this. Okay, that makes this commercial worth it in the end. That's another one of those He Gets Us trailers. You can tell by the font. Commercials, I should say. Alright, so now we have a trailer for Shogun on FX, which looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I've actually heard some pretty good word of mouth on it, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. 2 weeks from now, too. Okay, it looks like we're going to head back to the game after this, so... Alright, so we're now with a 2-minute warning. The Chiefs are driving. They got to get something, man. They're down 10-0 right now, but we're going into the 2-minute warning. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the commercials they have here. So turn the volume down here. And we're starting off with the same commercial that we saw before with Quinita Brunson for Intuit TurboTax. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip it to that. You really weren't missing much, trust me. Robots, Western, AI. Oh, I've seen this. CrowdStrike. They did the Trojan commercials where the Trojans follow their death on the mountainside. Yeah, this one's definitely not funny. Why would you be holding a phone if you're blind or deaf? Then again, I shouldn't be saying anything. I'm not blind or deaf, so. I guess it is cool that they're doing a commercial talking about how. I'm guessing this is about talking about how this phone specifically has a way to use your facial recognition to take pictures while you're. Google Pixel 8. Okay. And I think we're heading back to the game now after this because it's now a commercial for the Masters. All right, so I guess the next time I talk to you, it'll be at the end of the first half. But then again, you never know. Timeout could be called, and they may go to commercial after that. But we'll see. I told you we'd be getting a timeout before the 2-minute warning, before the end of the first half. At 1:03, Kansas City on the move again. So hoping they get a score here. And a weird commercial. I'm guessing maybe for TikTok. Oh, Snapchat. Well, at least it isn't as bad as the commercial they had last year with the freaky ass faces. It's a political ad, but it looks. Is that Robert Kennedy? I think it is Robert Kennedy. I'm stunned. That did not look like a good commercial or even a good political ad. Like basically taking JFK's ad from the day and just plastering it on with Robert Kennedy. So that just happened. And I guess this is a Poppy commercial. I've had some Poppy. It's not really all that good. It's kind of like sparkling water in a way. It's just flavored water, kind of. It's not a very good soda, is what they should be saying. But it doesn't have any of the good stuff, though. Is it really? It's like saying that SodaStream was going to be the future of soda, and it really wasn't. Oh, back to the game. Are the Chiefs seriously pretending that Travis Kelce doesn't exist anymore? They haven't gone to him except for one time in this game, and that's it. Like, I don't get this game plan for Kansas City. I mean, they got a field goal, so it's now a one-touchdown lead, a one-score lead for the 49ers right now. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball to start the second half, but at the same time, like, I don't get it. Like, it's like they don't want to. It's like Travis Kelce hasn't gotten any attention in this game, where he should be getting attention and getting some balls. Like, it's baffling right now what the Chiefs are doing right now. But 20 seconds left. I think they're going to take a knee down and then just head to the half. So, give me 1 second and see. Let me see. No, they ran a play instead of taking a knee because I guess they wanted to try to run up the score. But we're going to the half with 10-3, San Francisco up. Kansas City's going to get the ball to start the second half. And we've got a halftime show coming up with Usher, which I'm not usually a fan of the halftime show, so I probably won't be watching that. But, I mean, I'll stick here until we see some of the commercials that come up before the half starts. Maybe we'll get something. I doubt it, but we'll see. Maybe not. I think we're just getting a bunch of commercials for different promos for different shows on CBS. We just have one for Tracker and then Fire Country, so might be getting local stuff coming up here. So, unless something really interesting happens between now and the halftime show, I'll see you after the halftime show. Alright, I may have been lying a little bit here. I did catch a little bit of the halftime show, mostly because of Usher being there, and mostly because he and Alicia Keys were on stage, and of course they sung actually one of my favorite songs. I'm not even lying. They did the song My Boo during the halftime show, so of course I'm going to watch that. And so now the halftime show is ending, and basically right now we have the NFL doing their halftime commercial right now, which I think is going to lead into the start of the second half, because that's what they've done the last couple of years. But let's see. I don't know. Well, that was a little bit of a curveball. I thought they were promoting like flag football, but no, this is for the International Pathway Players Program. I thought they were going to... because I remember a couple years ago they had a commercial like this where they had this kid running around the country, and like they had all these different football players coming after him, and it ended live inside the Super Bowl during I think the last time these two teams played, the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas, and inside of Hard Rock Stadium, where the Miami Dolphins are, when the Chiefs and the 49ers played last. But they didn't do that, so I don't know. I don't know. Interesting little curveball there. But we're getting ready for the second half pretty soon, so we will get to that in just a little bit, which for you will be in a few seconds. Well, that went as badly as it could have been, as it's gone all night for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes throws the interception, and now the ball lands on the 1-yard line when they get back on the field after the 3-and-out by San Francisco. 10-3, 12:31 to go in the third. And now it's Mariah Carey in a commercial for Verizon 5G. No, it's not Mariah Carey. I'm sorry, that's Beyonce. And I caught that before they went to the Beyonce lemonade part. Oh, and that's Totally Hale too. Wow. I don't know. I think I don't know if that was supposed to be a callback to like Taylor Swift or something, but we got Jennifer Aniston now for Uber Eats. Oh, David and Victoria Beckham. Hey, Ross, David Schwimmer. Yeah, this commercial really isn't doing anything for me. There isn't really a whole lot of good jokes involved in his. Like, the humor really isn't selling me, even though they have all these cameos in here. They're not really doing a whole lot. It's another commercial for Pluto TV. They had one at the halftime. And back to the game. I don't know. Kansas City probably should have gone for it on 4th and 1 in their own 10. Even if you don't get it, at least you're trying to prove that you're trying to win. Like, they're not trying whatsoever. So now it's 10-3, still in the third quarter. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen over these different ancient pictures. Or ancient art. Is not ancient art. What the hell am I saying here? Classic art. It's a commercial for Pfizer. I don't know. It just feels like they're doing this because they got the rights to use the music and they can use these classic pieces of art and literature. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about this one. And there's Tony Romo now for Skechers, and Mr. T just popped in. I pity the fool. Guy's got to be in like his 60s or 70s. He still looks like he did back in the 18 days. So next one we have here is a Bud Light commercial. Bud Light Genie has comedic potential, but so far nothing good is coming from it. Again, there should be something funny here, but and a dinosaur just showed up. Let me guess, they're going to be at Super Bowl 58? Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen to Susie. Let's go to Super Bowl 58. They're going to be sitting right there. Where's Peyton, though? Yeah, you see Post Malone, but there's no Peyton Manning. Where's he at? Anyway, back to the game. So 3 and out for San Francisco, and they took a medical timeout because Deebo Samuel got injured, and they're looking at him right now. So back to the commercials. Here we go. And it looks like we've got I think it's a Chevrolet. It's either a Chevrolet or a Toyota commercial. Chevy Tacoma. Toyota Tacoma. I was close on one of those two. And then the Etsy commercial again. So we're just going to skip that. Alright, so now we got Jenna Ortega. Doritos Dinamita. This is like watching a Karen commercial. You got 2 old women going after this one guy because of something stupid, like he got the last bag of potato chips. This wasn't even my house. I guess they're trying to start something, but start a new campaign with that, but I don't know. Like, for one joke, for one commercial like that, I guess it's fine. Some funny action sequences overall, but I don't know if that's something I want to see continue into multiple commercials. Okay, so it looks like they're gonna head back to the game after these TBS promos. So see you at the next break. Thought we were about to have another jinx, but Kansas City was able to get another field goal, so now it's a 10-6 game right now. Like, the way they were setting that up for Harrison Budd could have failed. Like, I thought it was going to happen, but nope. Tried and true. So now it's a 4-point game. Now back to the commercials. New York 1949. We got a car. Maybe this is Chevrolet? Or Volkswagen, maybe. No, it's got to be Volkswagen, because they just showed Herbie the Love Bug. If you're not living in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, do not attempt. Like, well, thanks for that. Just throw the Simpsons clip, Punch Buggy Red. Oh, they got the Darth Vader kid. Yeah, Volkswagen. ID Buzz. Another commercial with Dan Levy and Heidi Gardner. Homes.com. Eric Andre. Ooh, it's Dr. Umpstick. Eric Andre thinks he's in another episode of the Eric Andre Show. Well, this feels like an episode of the Eric Andre Show. I'm just waiting for him to start running around and going crazy, just crashing into stuff like he does in the opening of each show. Now we got a preview now for If, the new John Krasinski movie. This looks really good. I'm really looking forward to this one. I like the designs of the imaginary friends here. May 17th. Looks pretty good. Alright, back to the game. It takes one big mistake by one team for it to make a difference, and the 49ers just made that mistake. They fumbled on the kickoff, on the punt return, and Kansas City scored right off the bat. Marquez Valdes-Scantling once again making a big play when it matters the most. And the Chiefs take their first lead of the Super Bowl with 13-10. 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the third quarter, and we've got a game now, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a game. Yeah, the guy kicked the ball. McCobb was telling him to get away from it, but you got to speak it out louder, I guess. And lo and behold, Marquez Valdes-Scantling with a touchdown. Are they going to commercial or no? I don't hear the music, but that graphics package, though, man. Like, I was wondering, why wasn't there a touchdown thing underneath the scoreboard? And then all of a sudden, they cuts this huge-ass Kansas City touchdown thing in the stands. It's like, what the hell? Like, did I suddenly switch over to the Nickelodeon broadcast or something? But maybe they're not going to commercial. I don't know. We'll see. It's strange they didn't take the timeout after the touchdown, even though there were still over 2 minutes left. But they took a commercial break for the injury timeout. But, yeah, like I said, man, it takes one play, and that was a big play right there to get the momentum back on Kansas City's side, and they need it that big time. But, just killing time here until the CBS commercial ends. Are we going to get anything after this? Probably not. Maybe it's just going to be like commercials we've seen over before, because there's an NFL Shop commercial. Okay, it's a quick commercial. John Feliciano, the left guard, I think. Left guard or right guard, but Yeah, he's the one who got injured. And it was a quick timeout, so nothing else more to say. See you at the next one. All right, we're coming to the end of the third quarter right now. Chiefs up 13-10, but San Francisco is driving. This game that has been relatively boring all game long is finally starting to heat up, and it could be a very interesting fourth quarter that we're heading into here. So buckle up, folks. Let's see if we get any new commercials here during the half change. Not half change, quarter change. Cam Hayward, George Kittle. It's a NFL bullying PSA. Tony Gonzalez just showed up. NFL Character Playbook has helped more than 2 million students. It looks like we're just going to get local commercials here. If we get something new, I'll let you know. We got Wheel of Fortune here. Fighting for... I like to solve the puzzle. Fighting for justice. This is probably for Edgar Snyder or something. Borders and Borders, okay. Fighting for justice. I should have known, because that's their slogan. It's another local ad, but I think it's just going to be local ads. So, unless there's anything new, I'll see you at the next break. Niners took the lead again. Juwan Jennings with a touchdown. Oh, and a blocked extra point. So now it's 16-13 instead of 17-13. That could be important later on. Literally just happened as I was talking. We have Brock Purdy to Juwan Jennings. Second touchdown. He might be in contention for MVP because he's the one that threw the touchdown to McCaffrey earlier. Yeah, McCaffrey earlier, and he's got 2 touchdowns right now. I think he's doing better than Brock Purdy right now. It's 16-13 right now. Alright, so what do we got this time? My family isn't here for my biggest moment. I think I saw this commercial in the last one, Kia. Oh yeah, I saw this one. This is the one. I saw this one in the last one. This was the one where, like, the family member wasn't there, and I guess it's the grandfather. Now just do the exact same thing you did for Grandpa, honey. Superstar. Kia EV9. They say I will never open my own business or get my degree. I'm going to say maybe Squarespace. They said I will never make my movie or build something. As they said I could never be a dancer. Could be for university. Another one of those AI commercials that try to tell you AI is actually a great thing. Well, it can be a great thing for little things, but not when you're trying to write your own movies or TV shows with AI, because that's what caused the big strike last year. So I'm guessing this is Google, maybe? Copilot. Maybe it is just its own company, Copilot. Microsoft, okay. And out from the commercials. Chiefs got it down the field, but it's a tied game. 16-16, and we're at the point where San Francisco was smart. They let Christian McCaffrey run the ball down and get it into field goal range. But we'll see what happens. I think it's too late. I think it's in a situation where, the Chiefs, I think they didn't leave enough time for them to get the ball back, because I feel like that's what they're going to do. The 49ers are going to let Christian McCaffrey let it ride. I'm not really interrupting anything in terms of commercials. It's Dan Levy and Heidi Gardner for Homes.com again.
What were you thinking? I don't know. Homes.com.
When you wish upon a star, the force will be with you always. We're all in this together. I love you 3000. Disney quotes. Why did it have to be snakes? Ohana means family. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Waka waka. Ready for what? Disney Plus. Didn't really seem like that. Didn't really seem like that was a necessary commercial, but I mean, it's cool. Cool that they reference everything Disney owns. There they are, the Budweiser Clydesdales. Take a load off Manning. Take a load off Manning. Simple commercial. You're always usually going to be successful when you have the the Budweiser Clydesdales there. Then a promotion for Fire Country, so I guess we're heading back to the game after this. Alright, we're at the 2-minute warning, and San Francisco is driving. Draining a lot of clock, too. I mean, everyone still has 2 timeouts, so even if they score, Chiefs can still get a chance to do it, but I mean, you'd rather have them get a field goal if you're the Chiefs, but we're tied at 16, and I think I know how this is going to end, but we will see. As we've got a T-Mobile commercial with JD and Turk, Zach Braff and Dylan Faison, along with Aquaman. And they're singing, so it automatically makes it incredible. And it's Flashdance again. Second commercial this year that uses What a Feeling. And at least this one makes more sense than the Nerds one. Who knew Aquaman could sing? And of course you got to do the thing with the water, because that's obvious. DoorDash all the ads 2024. And now we got CBS Sports on Paramount Plus promoting the UFA Championship League. And I think we might be just heading back to the game after this. So the next time you hear me, it's going to probably be the end of the game or something. But we're getting close to the end here, folks. All right, 29-yard attempt to send it maybe to the second Super Bowl overtime in history, maybe. Let's see. Got it. We are heading to our second ever Super Bowl overtime. With 3 seconds left to go. Unless a miracle happens for San Francisco, but tied at 19. So we've got more football coming up, so stay tuned. This just came up on my Facebook feed, so I'll give you kind of a rundown of what happens now with the overtime Super Bowl rules, because this is now the first overall playoff game with the NFL's new rules. So both teams are going to have the opportunity to possess the ball in overtime in the postseason. If the score is tied after each team has possessed the ball, the next score wins. If the team kicking off to start the overtime period scores a safety on the receiving team's initial possession, the team that's kicked off is the winner. So those are the rules here. And it looks like we're finally going to get to see these rules in action, so this should be pretty interesting to see what happens next. So essentially, we're starting a new game. San Francisco won the toss. They're going to get it first. And like I said in the last bit I recorded, both teams are going to get the ball. So even if San Francisco scores a touchdown, Kansas City can combat it with a touchdown as well. And then it's basically next score wins at that point. So So that's something we should keep an eye on here. And I basically muted it because there's not really any new commercials that I see here. In fact, the movie trailers came pretty early in this game. Like, a lot of the movie trailers that were supposed to be on this were really early on in the game and didn't really come until didn't really after the first half. They all just kind of went away. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, it's most of the same commercials we've seen done over and over again. Actually, is this a new commercial? Yeah, here's one now from Monkey Man, which looks really cool. This was the one that was originally on Netflix, but Jordan Peele basically bought it and sold it to Universal for it to be shown in theaters. So looks pretty cool though. It looks like the kid from Slumdog Millionaire is doing like a John Wick movie, because he also directed this as well. Monkey Man. All right. See you in a little bit. We're heading into overtime. All right, this is it. 4th and 1. Got to go for it here for Kansas City. If they don't, San Francisco wins. You're going to listen in while I'm watching this. And timeout. All right, out of the timeout, here we go. Give it to Kelsey. Give it to first down. And we continue on, so it's not officially over yet. All right, so 3rd and short. And I think we're going to have the overtime 2-minute warning, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It looked closer than I thought for first down, but we're going to get one more play at least. Come on, Mahomes. There you go. First down and more. He may just win it. Nope. That's a big play, though. Took it all the way down to the 15. He had a lot of space to get there. So they've got a shot. They have a shot to at least tie it. And who knows, maybe the ramblings are true. We may go to a second overtime. Or I guess there is no 2-minute warning in overtime. I thought we were going to get another break. But it's a good thing I caught that, because the Chiefs are in the red zone right now with a chance to win it. I don't know. Maybe I might just stick around for this. So I'll stick around for it, see what happens. About 90 seconds left. I wonder what happens if they don't get it before the overtime. Pacheco to the 10. I wonder what happens, though. If they don't make it, if they don't score what the overtime is over, do they just go to... Does the game just end, or does it essentially continue on into a second overtime? Maybe it does continue into a second overtime. I guess that's what they're doing now, because I guess what happens, because I would think Kansas City would be in more of a hurry to get out of here, to get a field goal to tie it up and keep the game going, or a touchdown before the end of the overtime. But we'll see. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Mahomes going to throw, and Kelsey's got it. Can he get the first down? I think he got it. He should have the first down. Yeah, they gave it to him. 30 seconds left, and I think they are going to have a second overtime. They just said it. Tony Romo just said it's the end of the first quarter of a new game. It's essentially a new game. So if they don't score here, the game doesn't end here. But they're going to try to end it here. 10 seconds left. They could do it. 7, 6. Mahomes throws it. Touchdown! Hardman does it. Back-to-back Super Bowl championships for Kansas City. We almost had double overtime. Oh, poor San Francisco. It's like I said, man, Brock Purdy is the weak link of this football team. But Kansas City, man, Kansas City wins its second back-to-back championships, first time since the Patriots 20 years ago, and now we have a dynasty in the NFL right now, a new dynasty with the Kansas City Chiefs. And to think that guy was on the Jets at the start of the season. Wow. I'm glad Kansas City won. I mean, I like San Francisco. I don't think their quarterback situation is the best overall. I just don't think, that's the biggest problem with the 49ers, man. It's their quarterback. Everything else about that team is good, but Kansas City, man, Patrick Mahomes is just, he's the Tom Brady that we don't hate yet. Like, he's still on that stage where it's just like, I still like him a lot. I still like him as a quarterback. I still think he's the best quarterback in the league. But Kansas City, man, Kansas City, the new dynasty. Good job, Kansas City. I give my applause to you. Like as much as I don't like Taylor Swift and all that, and the whole thing about the Swifties and all that stuff, like, I'm glad Kansas City won. They deserve to win the Super Bowl. With the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks, they've been big plays when it matters the most. Congratulations, Kansas City. I'll have more in just a second here, so stay tuned. So there you go. Kansas City won 3 Super Bowls in the last 4 years, and they are now officially a dynasty. Actually, 5 years. 5 years, 2019. But yeah, Kansas City wins, and a Super Bowl that started off so boring and so uninspired, and you thought that San Francisco was going to find a way to sneak their way back in the mold again. Hold on, stupid T-Mobile commercial again. But when you thought that San Francisco was going to do the same thing they've done the last couple weeks and just find a way to have something magical happen before them, some crazy whacked out play that wouldn't work for any of the other teams, go in their favor, and this time it's just like, no, not so much, not this time. Not this time. I said it before, and I will say it again. Never deny the power of Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback that the league has right now, and it's shown right in front of you why that is. And I mean, that just shows you right there. That's a guy that was willing to not give up on any way, shape, or form. And of course, just like what happened last time, last year, it was him that basically got him down the field to win against Philadelphia last year. And hey. And there was that picture there was that picture from earlier where Travis Kelce was yelling at Andy Reid, and I thought at the beginning that if Travis Kelce's getting mad at Andy Reid, that's the reason why he didn't do so much in the first half. The Chiefs are probably going to lose this game because of that. But the power of negativity strikes again, as I've said negatively that was what's going to happen, and look at what happened here. They didn't need to win with Travis Kelce. They won on the backs of Patrick Mahomes and also the actually, now I can't remember who else made some big plays here. I mean, Marquez Valdes-Scantling made a big play. 3rd week in a row when he makes a big play when it matters the most. I mean, they were just getting hot at the right time, and sure enough, man. And like I said, man, like this was actually a good game. It got to become a good game in the second half when Kansas City started coming in there and coming in on their own. And you know what? More power to them, man. Like I said, man, with the San Francisco 49ers, like I said, they're a really good football team on nearly every single level except for the quarterback position. I mean, Brock Purdy is decent, but he's not the thing that he's going to get you to the next level. Like, everyone wants to put him in the same category as Tom Brady. It's like that underdog, He was the last person picked in the draft. He's Mr. Irrelevant. And he's the weak link of this football team. He's the one thing about this 49ers team that's keeping them back. And then again, Kyle Shanahan's play calling isn't helping much either. But of course, they're not going to get rid of him or Brock Purdy because they traded away Trey Lance, who was supposed to be their future. And they're just going to pretend like Brock Purdy is still the future of this team. But I still don't think he's the guy to do it. I mean, all the pieces are there for San Francisco to win a Super Bowl except at the quarterback position. They need to get somebody. They need to see what Kirk Cousins, what they would want with Kirk Cousins, or hell, get Russell Wilson. How fun would that be if Russell Wilson was in the same division where he gets to play this former team in the Seattle Seahawks, not once but twice. But yeah, a Super Bowl that did not start off very strong, but ended on a pretty good note. And Kansas City, despite the Taylor Swifties and all that type of stuff, that did not really matter, at least to me. But at this point, it's just I know it's around. I know it's not going away, and my feelings are not going to change. I do not like Taylor Swift at all. And this was before she became the thing that she's become over the last 6 months. I've just had a problem with her for years now, and it's being amplified because now she's everywhere. So, and I wasn't even bothered by her tonight because they were showing her, but not all the time though. They were showing them in little blink and you miss in increments because the Super Bowl is supposed to be about the game, for the most part, yeah. And the commercials, The commercials themselves, I thought, were just okay. There wasn't really any big ones that made me say, you know what, that's a really good commercial that's going to be right there with some of the best Super Bowl commercials of all time. Probably the best one that I liked a lot, mostly there was two of them. The Christopher Walken one, and then the Arnold Schwarzenegger Agent State Farm one, because I like seeing Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito team up again. Those were the only two that I really, really liked. And I was surprised that the movie commercials stopped after the first half too. I mean, you had all those big movies commercials on, like, Deadpool and Wolverine. You had and Tony Romo got down there quickly to give a hug to Patrick Mahomes. But like I said, we got Deadpool and Wolverine at the start, then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, then the Wicked trailer, then the Twisters trailer, and then the trailers for like Kung Fu Panda 4, Despicable Me 4. Most of them were in the first half in general, and then there really wasn't a whole lot there in the second half, unless there was one that I missed. There was supposed to be one for Inside Out 2 that I never got to see. I didn't even see it on there. I don't even know if it was on there to begin with, but yeah, a good Super Bowl. It's not one I'm going to say is one of the greatest ones of all time, but hey, you know what? A team that I actually thought deserved to win in the Kansas City Chiefs, they won. They're showing this Temu commercial again. This is like the 5th time now. And, yeah. That does also lead to a very interesting question about Patrick Mahomes. And everyone wants to say now, is he now the greatest quarterback of all time? And I'm not ready to go that far. Oh, speak of the devil, the Inside Out 2 trailer's on. It's basically just some stuff for the trailer that was already out already. And the Daily Show Mondays with Jon Stewart starts tomorrow. That should be pretty fun. That's going to be pretty fun to watch. But what was I talking about? Patrick Mahomes. The argument now is that, is Patrick Mahomes considered the greatest quarterback of all time? I don't think I'm ready to go that far yet, but if he can continue on this path where he leads this team, because he does what Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen failed to do. He can play hero and usually find success because he has a lot of weapons around him to give him the success that he needs. And just like what Tom Brady did with Rob Gronkowski, just like and all of the guys that he played with the Patriots. And, Brett Favre comes into play, Ben Roethlisberger, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana, Troy Aikman, all these great quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is definitely on the path to becoming one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and could be the greatest quarterback of all time, especially in this new modern NFL system we have right now. And needless to say, this is definitely putting him on the path in the right direction. As Larry Zonka right now is about to hand out the not the MVP trophy, the Lombardi Trophy once again to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'll just wrap it up by saying, I think Patrick Mahomes is more than on his way to becoming the greatest quarterback of all time. I mean, he's already on his way with 4 Super Bowl appearances and 3 wins in the last 5 years. So that's really something to get excited about. San Francisco, you want to get back to a Super Bowl and actually win one. For the love of God, get a real quarterback for once. That's all I'm going to say on that front here. But let me go ahead and take a look at John Elway now. They're just passing it off to the greats. We had Zonka. We had John Elway. Who are they going to go to next? I thought they were going to go to somebody else.
Wow. An epic Super Bowl for an epic season.
John Elway from this distance looks like Joe Biden. I'm just seeing that right now. The forehead is like much bigger than Joe Biden's is, but it definitely looks like him from a distance. There it goes. Lift the Lombardi Trophy. Lift the trophy, Clark.
As the commissioner said, back to back. And 3 here in just the last few years. We call that a dynasty.
That is indeed a dynasty. Andy Reid just got the trophy, and who knows, this may be the last time he holds it. He's just been talking about maybe retiring, and then there was some talk that maybe Bill Belichick comes in and potentially takes over. I don't know if that actually would happen, but I could see Andy Reid maybe leaving. I mean, he's completed his due. He's got 3 Super Bowl championships finally. I want that purple stuff. They literally are showing the purple Gatorade right now. Like, it's literally purple Gatorade in there. Now they're talking to Mahomes. Waiting for Travis Kelce to show up because you know he's going to be right there. There he is, Travis Kelce. No Taylor Swift. They just showed her on here, but I don't think she's up there with him. Viva Las Vegas. He's already drunk. He already started celebrating before the game was over. There's Jason Kelce. At least I don't have to use that meme again of him on the sideline with Alas's "I Need You Now" like I've been using the last couple of months, couple of years. Look at that, 92 yards in the second half after 1 yard in the first half. That's why you don't leave your best player out there like that. Like, Travis Kelce needed more plays and to win this game, and sure enough, that's exactly what they did. Support it! Well, they didn't bring up Taylor Swift. And then there's McCole Hardman, the guy who scored the game-winning touchdown. I'm actually surprised that Jim Nantz didn't talk about Swift. I thought that would be something that would immediately be the first question that he brings up. So there it is. There it is, Kansas City lifting the Lombardi Trophy. And, do I have anything else I want to say? Give me a second, I'll be right back. So now they're showing Kelce kissing Taylor Swift, and they're talking about their relationship. And it's Nate Burleson bringing it up. So they are talking about it, but they didn't talk about it on the main stage. They let the game be the main focus there. And you know what? As much as I've criticized the NFL for that, I'll give them the credit for that. So that's something I'll give them a credit for, that they didn't make that part of the celebration there. But really, I don't have anything else more to say that I haven't already said already. The Kansas City Chiefs win their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 years. We have a new dynasty in the NFL right now, and I'm actually glad they won. I really am, because I did not want the 49ers to win with that lackluster quarterback play that they got from Brock Purdy. Like, everything is one of those situations where everything that 49ers had going for them up to the time their playoff run began, it just felt like everything that shouldn't worked in their favor. And it's just like I'm glad today was not the case. I'm glad the 49ers didn't win this one, and Kansas City wins a game that they deserved to win. They really came back when it mattered the most and gave it their all. So yeah. Other than that, though, that's pretty much it. That's going to wrap this up. So we will see how this plays out on here. I hope I don't get copyright strike by this. I tried to keep the volume down as low as I could so I could talk to you guys. In fact, let me turn this off so I can properly to give you my goodbyes, because there's not going to be any recommendations this week. It has been a long day, and a game that started off very slow turned out to be pretty damn enjoyable by the time it was over. So, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning Super Bowl 58. And the NFL season is now officially over until early September 2024. So with that said, thank you so much for joining us for this special edition of the Reviewing Network Live. Like I said, I'm going to see how this works out. If it doesn't work out, I don't know what I'll do then. I'll try to get this down as much as I could, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as this plays out. But with that said, thank you so much for watching this episode with me, and thank you for watching. And I will see you guys next time with a full episode. We'll have some movie news as well. Might try to cover the stories from this last week, because there were a couple of big stories of noteworthiness to talk about, including Jurassic Park getting officially set for next summer to come out next summer. Had a director and then lost him, and then of course we had what was the other big? There was another big story that just happened, the Coyote vs. Acme thing. But I did another video talking about that, so you can go check that out on this channel here. But if you like what you saw and you want to hear more of this, and what our Reviewing Network Live show is like, go ahead and take a look at the episodes on the next page. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week. So thank you so much for joining us for this special edition of the Reviewing Network Live. I'm off. I will see you next time, and until then, we are out.